This was probably your toughest week yet. Our topic this week was early literacy, and just as a weekly recap, I want to go over three areas and make sure that we're all on the same page. The first one is lesson planning. Good job on completing your first lesson plan for the course. I want you to make sure you take a minute to look over the feedback that I gave you on this project in D2L. It is listed with your grade, and I gave lots of constructive criticism. Please don't take that the wrong way. As you can see, many and most of you scored all 50 points on the actual lesson plan part of your project, even though you'll see a lot of comments that are directly related to improving your lesson plan. I want you to make sure that you've made that attempt and following the categories and information that HACC gives you, but I know that you're not experts in this area. So when you see the feedback, know that my goal is to give you areas to grow, because we will be planning again later in the semester, and this feedback should hopefully give you a more solid foundation in the area of planning. Also, many of you asked for a how to make a lesson plan video, and I'm in the process of creating that, and I want to make sure that it's done well, that it can really assist you and you can go back to it and view it again when we plan. So look for that coming soon in the news area of our course. The second area I want to recap is the dramatic play center area, and I think out of all the things that we did this week, this was the most fun topic for you. I think you were very excited this week about learning about dramatic play centers, and most of you had good connections to those with your own children or with the centers you work in or just your own childhood memories. Dramatic play is fun, but what I wanted to emphasize this week is we look at all the young learners in our classrooms, and we even look at the little girls, Hannah and Irma, from our intro game last week. We need to make learning fun, and we need to make reading and writing especially real and fun for our learners. And this is a place that we can do that. Here's the list of your favorite dramatic play centers for the week. The doctor's office, restaurants, especially those pizzerias, the post office, a veterinarian's office, a grocery store, farm, a dinosaur dig, a bakery, a campsite, and a garden. And what's really neat is you not only selected those as your favorites, but on our Padlet board, you shared lots of ways that were developmentally appropriate that teachers could integrate reading and writing into these play areas, and also you listed benefits of these play areas for children's learning. I was really impressed and enjoyed reading your boards very much this week. One final reminder, and this is number 3, is how our class works. I know that there was confusion this past week as to when things were due, and I hopefully have cleared it up by this point. I was slightly lenient in due dates for the Cultural Language Project. I don't believe that I took points off for anyone who was after the due date, but from this point out, all due dates are as they stand on our syllabus. This is your final reminder. I want you to think of our class as if it were a face-to-face class, and our week runs Monday as the first day through Sunday. So if you were going to a face-to-face class on Monday morning, if something was due that week in class, you would bring it to class with you. So if things are due, they would be due in class on Monday morning. We usually say they're due Sunday night at midnight, but actually, as long as they're in Monday morning before 9 o'clock, that's fine. So you need to make sure that you're checking in every Monday and looking on the syllabus. And if it says it's due, bring to class in that middle column for the week, it will be due that Monday morning at 9 a.m. So make sure you're checking in. Some of you I know are busy and work through the week and have families and don't check in till later in the week. I do need you to take a couple minutes and check in every Monday just to make sure that you know what has to be done for the week and you leave yourself enough time. And on that note, this class is a very high-level course. It's an education course that has a lot of material and content. With this being 100% virtual, I need to make sure that you're learning as much in our virtual class as you would be learning in my face-to-face class. And what this means to you is that you do have a lot of participation. It may not be easy, and you may have to go to a lot of external websites that might be a pain for you. Unfortunately, this is my only way of making sure that you're learning what I need you to learn. And on the flip side is when you come out of this course, you should know a lot about reading and writing in the early childhood area. And that is my promise to you. So hang in there. I will try not to introduce any more sites at this point. We're really working carefully through the Padlet, through the Educanon. I know we have Wigio, SoundCloud. I know there's a lot out there, but we need that many different websites to facilitate the learning the way that it has to be done to learn in this class, and to keep it interactive. So I do welcome your feedback. Anytime that you have a tip or suggestion for me or a question, please take the time to email me or text me, or even give me a phone call. I did a lot of phone conferences this week, and I loved having that contact with you. It is very hard for me to be virtual and not know you well, and so please reach out to me, and that is my invitation to you again, to connect ourselves as teacher and learners in this class. Have a good week, and I'll see you at the introduction video for week 6.